First morning waking up in Burketown. Go and meet Brenton. He's gonna give us a bit of a rundown on the area. Give us some pointers in the waterways of the Albert River and some marks out there. Be good to catch up with them, touch base and just make sure we're doing all the right things. They're a wealth of knowledge, the landowners up here, so it'd be good for us to show you guys a bit more about the area. We don't know much about Burketown or Sweers.
So we headed on over to the lush green park across from the caravan park, which seemed quite out of place in dusty Burketown.
From there right around is all indigenous protected areas. Okay, so most of this area is all off limits to anyone. Around Sweers they only got a little block there that they lease, and that's the only place they're allowed to use really. So
Who are the owners of?
they're Cardinal, so they're Cardinal mob around here. Then back here, these two, they're Dungalita. Then you get over here, that's Youngal. Then all the rest of these are all Lardo. So four different tribal groups amongst them. There's 27 islands in there.
Are they all populated?
No, only this one. Bentinck's got a outstation.
Yep.
Two or three houses there. Yeah, old mooring buoy. Then there's the old plane crash site.
Yeah, okay. Whereabouts is that, sorry?
That's just off Sweers here somewhere.
In April 2002, the Cessna plane was en route from Mornington Island to Normanton when it crashed, killing all 6 people on board.
The water's heading out through the mouth of Albert over to there. It's all pretty shallow, is it? Like,
No, well you can see where it's all surveyed there.
yeah.
Along here, very shallow, but high tide you can go right along.
And of course, the crocodiles.
Biggest follow we got around here, about 5 metre.
Yeah, right, gosh.
Up the freshwater. Yeah, wow, it's way up there. So the Albert turns fresh way up and turns the beam hook, then it runs into the Gregory. So don't be surprised if you find a crocodile on Gregory. In the Albert, we got 7 dominant males. So the other day we come across tripod, we call him. He was out on the bank, he got one arm missing from fighting.
Yeah, right.
We can get one of the rangers to, when they're doing their survey, if they can bloody spear one for us.
Yeah?
We could cook him up. We just cut the tail off.
Yep.
And just chuck the tail on the coals. It's already wrapped in its own alcohol.
Ah, true.
Yeah.
The skin kind of protects the
So
meat
as
from
it
it.
cooks, we just peel the skin off. Beautiful.
Hopefully bring you back some fish from Sweers.
Yeah.
What's your favourite?
We'll be able to rock cod, mate.
Rock cod.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like eating them just because of the look. I haven't tried them yet. Yeah, tell you, once you try them, mate, it'll be your favourite fish.
Are there cray fish out around the island?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Are we, if we're game enough, are we allowed to jump in the water and try and catch
just
them?
speak to Tex. Talk to Tex on where they go around Sweers.
Yeah.
If you wanted to get around a couple of these other islands, we'd have to get permission first from the TOs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And the reef all around here
reef
as well?
all around there. That's a big channel through the middle there. Reef all around that island. Turtles, dugong.
Oh, really?
Everywhere.
Well, thanks for giving us the insight on this. It's really cool.
No worries. Thanks for coming up.
Appreciate it.
Buddy.
Once we'd finished up with the TOs, we headed over to the old post office to take a walk down History Lane.
Yeah, this is the old original post office here from Burketown. Just going through some of the history here at the moment. It's spectacular. Anyway, Brenton's given us the rundown on getting over to Sweers. It's all good to go. Bring it on. Some cool fish, some crocodiles. It's gonna be fun. As you can see, there's so much history in Burketown that you guys can actually come and see without realising. I know a lot of you just think that it's just a spot that you can come through and put your boat and go for a fish, but you get an opportunity to come and meet the Carpentaria Land Council. They're a wealth of knowledge. They also put together a few tours, like day tours or night tours that you can go on, experience how they catch fish, cook, bush tucker, give you the rundown on the history of Burketown and all the landowners throughout here. There's about 9 different languages of Aboriginal, Indigenous people, families in this area. So it's not just one. and council for the win.
Yoo-hoo.
Back to get the boat ready.
We decided to get the boats prepped and ready to explore the Albert River. We thought it'd be a good idea to get a feel for the river as it can become quite shallow in low tides, and so wanted to have a bit of an explore before putting the big boat in.
We're getting like little French maid outfits or something and the feather duster. Especially when he carries on like that.
Batteries at 100%.
Once the boats were ready to go, we headed on over to the public boat ramp, which is just east of Burketown on Trunganini Road.
See if we can catch a barra, Matty.
Hopefully.
Huh?
We're in the Albert River for the first time, go for a bit of explore, see what's going on.
Yeah.
It's pretty exciting. Well, the locals sounds pretty promising.
The ramp is located in the mangrove mudflat area and is accessible on most tides. The Albert River is truly one of the most spectacularly remote and remarkable places we've ever been.
Well guys, we made it to the Albert River in Burketown. We've got our Chris's in the other tabs over there, the 4800 Jumbo. And we're in the Swamp Donkey. It's known by the name Swamp Donkey. We got it in, took a few stabs to get us in the water, but we're in. Bring on the barra, and hopefully we can see some big lizards. What do you think, boys?
Unreal. Let's go catch some barra.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers, Emmy.
The river is home to plenty of barramundi and dugongs, an abundance of bird life and well-fed crocodiles.
We just found our first little
Oh,
croc.
there he is.
Awesome. Yes. There's our first croc. There's Mum.
Get the Sweers now, eh? Same. I got cans of tuna.
The river passes by Burketown and drains into the Gulf of Carpentaria, which is a large, shallow sea enclosed by three sides of northern Australia.
Rods are in. We're in the mouth of the Albert River. So out in front of us is the Gulf of Carpentaria.
A lot of water. There's Sweers Island straight out that way, and Currumba that way.
One little lizard on the way out, which is pretty cool.
Near the river mouth, there are quite a few sandbars. And yep, you guessed it, we found them.
We've
Found the local sandbar. We just we're figuring out the
it's just an R&D river run.
We're just surveying the depth chart.
And we found it.
The Lowrance isn't as accurate as what it says, so
We'll send them information to fix it up.
The sandbars seem to creep up on you the first time you make your way through, especially during low tides, shallow waters and unfamiliar terrain. We tried to avoid hopping out of the boats for the fear of the snappy type, but it was inevitable. If we wanted to get home, we would need a good push off the bank.
It's 1.4 metres to sit.
Well, that's croc territory right here. This is where the crocs live right here.
well, don't follow the sounder. Local knowledge.
And just when we thought we were out of the woods, we had another surprise awaiting us.
What's happening, boys? What have you done?
Because that's saying it's just under half.
Yeah. Well, the bowl's still got fuel here, but the bowl on there, the water trap on there, hasn't got much in it. Not an ideal situation to be in.
How easy is your tank to get to fill it?
Pretty hard.
Underfloor thing.
Well, if you use the fuel filler, yeah, like, where's the BP?
I've got a whole another 20 litres under here.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I'm using my front tank.
But see, this isn't...
It says it's like, if you look at the gauge, it's just under half.
And your hand prime, it's just nothing in it, eh? Give it a
I
squeeze.
will.
No, the hand prime, not that. Jesus. So yeah, this is fishing.
Ooh.
How's that feel?
Now it's
feels-
fishing.
Oh, this is what my dreams would be made of.
Do you have any tools here?
I got pliers, like fishing pliers, but that's it. If I only had my knife.
What about if you put that in? And it might get rid of the...
If I take that off, so if I take this off, we try and prime it and pump it through here.
That's what I was just saying. If you try and take one of these off first and hand prime it and see if it can get any flow, it might be a block in the separator.
Just get that ready for
Oh,
soup.
watch the paint job. It's swampy.
I know a lesson. It's not always powered on swampy. Pour this in, man.
That's what I was doing before, eh? It did it when we left.
This is the resolution at the moment.
Beautiful sunset, bud.
How is the sunset? The serenity on this river, and
Can you pick it up a bit?
oh, we've got a one Suzuki down.
Swamp
Yeah,
donkey to the rescue.
We don't know what it is yet, but we'll figure it out back at camp. Sun's going down, and Kirsty and Ezra is at camp, and she's spitting kittens at the moment. So back to the camp, and we'll figure this out tonight or tomorrow morning or whenever. How's it going, boys?
After 2 hours of troubleshooting on the water, turns out it was a major airlock in the fuel line from the rough road in. To fix it, we fueled the boat up until it overflowed, and it was good as new in no time.
So we're just getting the boat ready, heading over to Sweers today. And have a look at this. These two little lovebirds over here making the most fanciest looking camp breakfast I've ever seen. Holiday sauce for you, darling? Bit of holiday sauce on there as well.
It's not camping without a good feed.
Have a go at that. Oh my god. You going to share some of that?
No. You should have made a book.
Unbelievable. See us on the boat soon.
Bit of Sweers Island fishing preparation.
Swags on the roof. Worked a charm. Well, we don't know yet, actually.
Looks good sitting here.
Could be really bad. Trying to pretty much put all the gear into one boat.
It's fun.
So much tackle, we don't know where to put it. We've had the T-top braced up a bit. We've got the 3 swags on the roof. So we don't know how it's going to go yet.
That's got a
What
laser
weight
on it
capacity
already.
can the T-top hold?
No idea. Probably not quite that much. We'll lose the swag, well, we'll be staying in the resort.
Nice and cozy.
I haven't even brushed my teeth yet, but yeah.
I know.
It's going to be so good. Cheers. Cheers. Boat prep. Gotta have a beer. Drinking fish. We've got a pillow.
Communal pillow.
Got a pillow in there. Jeez. How does that support you now? Yeah.
How many jerrys are you taking?
Just the 2 jerrys and the full tank of fuel on the boat, which will be 200 or something in the boat.
Should be like 250 on the boat or something. Well, yeah, it's 280 litres, but I don't know how much is in there. I filled it up so it started overflowing, but it seems to depend on how the boat's sitting to get it to that 280.
Alright, here we are. Throw the big boat in. Make your way to Sweers Island. Boys.
Here we come, Sweers Island!
Look out.
Fucking catch some shit.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Those fish won't know what hit them.
Nah, that's the idea.
They'll be so well fed in all their life. All the bait are going to drop in the water.
Get ready to see some freaking cool fish. We're just rigging up the little boat catch release cord so that the snapping kind don't get our feet in the water.
Alright. Pull that. And then this will release. This locks your boat in place. Makes it nice and easy.
So we're trying to do about 3 nights over there, staying with Tex and the crew. We're camping on the beach, but we can use our amenities as well. About $25 per person per night. We've got some cool marks, just the reefs around Sweers, and hopefully it's going to produce some cool fish for us to bring home and eat over the next week or 2 up here.
So we have a 40-minute run out to the Albert, to the mouth, and then weather permitting probably another hour and a bit to the island.
A bit nicer than 71.
Doesn't hurt your back as much, does it? Just sitting there. Well, there goes the boat ramp.
We're doing it. We're on the way to Sweers.
On our way out the mouth of the Albert River, we spotted Brenton and a few of the rangers, so we pulled up to say g'day, and what a surprise we got.
Holy hooly.
Big boy.
There's more up on the bank and stuff here.
You seen him?
Yeah.
Yeah. This fella died in the net this morning, poor fella.
Holy shit. I can't really see that.
Wow.
Yeah. Is that like a no crocodile, that one?
Yeah, he was.
How old do you think that one is?
50? Rough guess.
He's all stiff because he's...
Yeah, we only just pulled him out. We wanted to get him this morning when he was a bit fresh, but...
Yeah. What do you guys do with him now? You go and just...
We'll keep his head and his skin,
Yeah.
and we'll use the head for educational purposes.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, cool.
Just give you a bit of a look before you get going. So careful diving out there.
We pulled out of the mouth and we're about
47.8 kilometres away from Sweers Island.
Alright, we'll see you at Sweers. K's off Sweers, we're almost there. Tex the man is meeting us out the front with beers and rums and everything that we need. Hopefully.
And after a cracking run out to Sweers, we were greeted with the most breathtaking sunset.
What's going on, Caleb? Just trying to get through to Tex. Sort of snooking ourselves at the moment. There's reef all around us and we've managed to back our way out of the hole that we were just in. So now we're just trying to get onto Tex for the best way.
Okay, where are you?
We're just down on the southern end at the moment, off the southern tip.
Okay, come round the bottom of the island. Keep going. Keep well clear of the point called McDonald Point. There's shallow water inside of it. Go past the lights, round the corner into the channel, and you'll see the lights at the building table and some trees beside it. You can pull up and camp under the trees.
Oh, lovely, mate. Thank you. No, we were just approaching the shallower parts then, so we'll make our way around now.
Okay, stay well clear, at least probably 700-800 metres clear of the rocky points.
All right, mate. Thank you. See you soon. We made it. We made it. This is spectacular.
Matty, your dinner is served.
Oh, lobster.
Very similar.
Well, just a little bit of a helpful hint. Before you do come to the island, if you want dinner, you have to request dinner.
Imagine our delight when we woke to this. What a way to start the day.
Morning. We're on beautiful Sweers Island and this is our first morning here. As you can see, it's pretty stunning to wake to. We didn't really have a very good sleep. It's pretty windy here at the moment. Morning.
I'm on the board.
He's on it.
I got a GT this morning
Did ya?
and a sack of Burketown.
Really? How good's that?
How's this? First cast off the boat this morning. Poor little Trevor.
We'll see you on the boat after brekkie. Keen for some brekkie, mate?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
After no dinner last night.
What do you mean? We had salt and vinegar chips.
Yeah, didn't really cut it. And 1 tin of tuna.
Tin of tuna between us.
So we made our way over to have some bacon and eggs before starting our first day fishing out on Sweers Island.
Here we are, the brekkie shed. The brekkie shed.
Well, when you don't know what's on the mainland, I guess it's pretty good for island brekkie.
First morning out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just ate ourselves silly at breakfast.
It's game on. Lasers are in the water. Look at our sounder. Lovely. Time, beer time.
It's always beer time.
Always beer time.
Grab water.
Water. This bacon. And believe it or not, Great Northerns aren't brewed up here.
On the Goldie. At Yalla. What do we got? What do we got? Fuck, you got the drag on it. Yoo-hoo! Yeah, boy.
And first cast of the day, and we're on.
Right, Valley. Win. Win. Got him. Oh, these. That's a monster. Oh, yeah. Have a look at that. It's the biggest queen this boat's ever caught.
And only a few minutes later, we had another hookup. This pocket of water was producing a queen fishing frenzy.
Yeah, boy.
How do you make it look real big?
I can't even fit it all in anyway.
That's right.
Are we keeping this one or what?
You really want to keep it?
Yeah. Have you had queenies?
Oh, had one. No, I never had one.
There you go, boy. It's the first time for everything out here.
Warming up the top line, mate.
Warming up, mate. Let's do it.
Rocky.
Yeah.
How's that feeling, Matty?
Wow. Unbelievable.
Queenies are a tropical game fish and are most commonly found among reefs through the Indian and Pacific Ocean.
Oh, fuck. We got something kicking. Oh, dolphins here. Yeah, dolphins. Look at the action on the boat.
Double-spotted queenfish are known to reach up to 110 centimetres in total length and mass up to 11 kilos.
Oh, well done.
Addy.
Good days. How big is that, mate?
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Hey.
You're on two, right?
How good? Chris, you're on, buddy.
Queenies are a fun, fast sports fish to catch. Their aggressive nature means they often put up a spirited and spectacular fight that belies their thin frame, usually accompanied with many aerial acrobatics.
This is just Queen Central.
Crime scene down the back.
Oh my god. Boys are at it. We got a double hook up again.
Holy fuck!
You got on strike yet?
Yeah.
Got about 100 metres of line out here. There we are.
Amongst the many queenies, we also caught a few trevally. It was pretty epic having a few hours of so much action.
We're going to get the box with some cookers and we'll go and light a little fire up on the beach, I think. We got some fish. We're going to try and just do it the old school way and enjoy it fresh as we've caught it. It's going to be good.
Spectacular morning fishing, eh? It was unreal. A 2-hour session of just queenie after queenie.
What we catch, about 15 or 16 of them.
Yeah, we had 2 or 3 times with double hookups.
Yeah.
It was unreal. It was just stunning. We were just hiding away from the wind and found this little pocket where it was just on.
Queenies are good eating when fresh and best thrown on the barbie or even better, some hot coals.
Just going to grill some fish for lunch. When you cut that down lengthways.
Down the gut middle.
I'll do it up here. Come on.
Queenies don't handle the freezing process very well, and if you're not able to eat them on the day of capture, you're best to release them.
How good's that? No one else around. Unreal.
So we have the delicacies of Trident sweet chili, Cole's peri peri chicken of the seas fish, so it's a win-win.
Yep.
You can't go wrong with a bit of traditional mayonnaise. I'd say another minute and a half, and you should be ready to rest. Raw taste.
Raw toast.
This is really good. It's fresh as. That's yummy. You're right, Chris. Here we go.
What are we getting up for, Chris?
Just probably a few Paternoskers.
Oscars.
Yeah.
Sweers is a 7k long island and is surrounded by acres of rock reef with some coral, much of which has never seen a fishing line. This, combined with many rocky headlands, makes it a lure and fly fishing paradise.
What a day. What a day. Just having a last little cast before we head back in. Texas put on some dinner for us tonight.
Wow, yeah.
We did book dinner. Make sure you book dinner, otherwise you'll miss out. You'll go hungry.
If it's anything like breakfast, we won't
Yeah.
be able to move afterwards. We'll eat so much.
What are your thoughts, Matty? First day fishing off Sweers.
Spectacular. It was a bit windy in the morning, but found a nice little area that we're sheltered and protected, so we cleaned up on some Queenies.
Queenies.
It was unreal.
Little scrapes and stuff, teeth marks, how good that.
Alright, reeling in, boys. We're going in. We're going to have a scrub up and maybe have a beer at the counter. What do you reckon, mate?
Communal showers and schooners.
Schooners on Sweers. Just can't actually explain how stunning this is.
Hey guys, how are we? We're just gearing up, head out again today. We're going to go up to the north side of the island again, get away from this wind for a bit.
Reds or some trout would be awesome. A few sweet lip.
Someone caught one yesterday.
Someone did. Maybe this guy.
Take the big popper off and run one of these 130mm squidgies.
See the sounder. Yeah, a bit of stuff going on there.
Straight into it as soon as we hit the ground. Double hook up, the boys are on.
In season, pelagic fishing is superb with species such as mackerel, trevally, queenfish and northern bluefin tuna.
Queenie for lunch. Beautiful. What do you think, boys? Huh?
So good.
Smart.
Yeah, that's good lunch.
Big Queenie. Beautiful.
Basically, because they're a sport fish and they're full of blood, so we're going to cook him up front, get all the blood out of him, so you get that bit more of a whiter meat.
This one's still not too happy. We'll deal with him.
After a fun few hours out on the boat this morning, we headed back in to build an epic fire, get some good coals going and cook us up some lunch.
What do you got? What do you got?
Queenfish again, and a sweet lip.
Very nice. What are we going to eat for dinner?
This afternoon's mission.
Get a fire happening and throw it on the coals, eh?
Yeah. Chris got a stick.
Kindling.
Get rid of your thogs. Look like fucking muppets. Ew.
What's he?
This is some Tasmanian oak. Might make a nice little coffee table out of this a bit later on.
We'll take it back home, strap it to the roof. So, we've got the luxury of having plenty of driftwood about.
This is our little secret box of goodies. Our bowls, our towel. Oh wow,
See how easy this catch is?
So this method is called the 21st century. And, always carry a lighter.
The lighter. There's enough wind to keep it going, so we shouldn't have to actually throw anything.
Slowly getting there. They're no red emperor, but they're pretty nice. Especially when they caught half an hour ago.
How come you started with that?
Just personal preference. And then just slowly run the knife through until you hit the spine.
Yep.
So you got a chunky. I'll show you in here. Just kind of get to the spine and then keep running the whole each time. Yeah. And slowly work your way over it.
We're just skinning it. Just going to skin it on the bait board here. Thought I could show you. Well, it's my easy way of skinning it, but probably might not be the best or the easiest, but it's the easiest for me because it's the only way I know how to do it. So the trick is to actually have quite a blunt blade for skinning. You don't need a really sharp blade for it. Sharp blades tend to pierce through and cuts, digs into the meat, or sometimes pierces through the skin. So I normally cut the fillet down in half, and then at this,
just so it's easier to work with.
Just so it's easier to work with, and so you can use a shorter part of the blade. And then start from the end. I'd pierce a hole through one end, like that, so you can put your finger through it, so you can hold onto it. And then you start by cutting down to the skin, so that you basically just rest the blade along the skin, hold it down at a bit of a 45, and you weave the fillet like that. You can see there's the skin. You've got to sort of make sure that you do keep it at that 45, because if you go up too high, it starts to cut into the meat. Or if you go too straight, then it'll pierce through the skin. I'm still not perfect at it. The key is to try and hold it against a flat surface, like against the cutting board, so the meat sort of slides over the top and the skin goes underneath.
Open up cream.
Well, we've just brought it over to the fire. Brought some coals off to the side.
While we waited for our fish to cook up, we took some time to sit back and take in the beauty of this untouched beach. What a special spot to be enjoying and living off the land. Kind of, anyway. It's truly magical.
What was that first? Splash pot? And then a bit of salt and pepper. How good does that look? That bad boy cooking.
So queen fish, just done in the coals with some coconut cream. We've got a bit of a triage of dips here.
Far out.
Good.
You can taste like how it's smoked. It's so smoky. Everyone they're bad, don't
Everyone,
leave it for us.
everyone that has that outs, they're unreal. Look fresh.
Within 2 hours of catching, unbelievable.
It's unreal.
There you go. So come back out from lunch, come around the northeastern side of Sweers. We're just having a go out here. It's a bit wild, but we'll sort of come out of the protection of the wind a bit. What are we doing, Chris? The sound is not working, so we got the old school, eh?
Yeah, can't catch them on the hook, so I'll get a
Through the short straw.
This is where that hammerhead was the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Something like that.
You saw that burley in the water?
Just one there.
There we go. That's some shit, eh?
Nothing?
It's very magical.
You can see the bottom a bit.
See any fish?
No. Well, heading back in after day 2 out in the water.
Been a big day.
Big day. Great lunch. Couldn't beat that.
Not so successful on the red emperor front though, which
Very disappointing.
but it's always tomorrow morning, and then we'll pack up and head back to Burketown tomorrow afternoon. bit of recreational shark fishing back at Sweers. We've got the two, no need to play in there.
Thanks, man.
Amongst the many queenies, we really wanted to try and catch a shark to cook up to. But not just on the line, instead trying our talents at spearing.
Have a shower, bit of freshen up, and have a chat to Tex. Try and get some maybe marks for tomorrow morning, weather permitting. If we go out again and cruising night. Relax, I think.
Yeah. Afternoon sunset on Sweers Island.
Well, that's pretty much it from us guys over at Sweers. We're just packing our stuff up at the moment. It's Monday morning and we've had a pretty good time. It's a bit windy though, which we sort of knew coming here. We just had to sort of make it here for our timing and schedule. So still caught some good fish and a bit of fun.
What's going on, mate?
We're just packing up, getting ready to head back. Boat loaded. We actually surprised ourselves. We're packing the boat smarter leaving from an island than what we did when we were in the caravan park at Burketown. We're going to head back. Probably this Arv we'll be leaving here, I think early Arvo, once the wind dies a bit. We might even follow, there's a patrol boat here with some coppers, we might even follow them back. We'll see you back at Burketown. Maddie's having the last flick. Any nibbles, mate?
Nothing today.
Nothing? One last tin before we go, boys.
One last one.
So we're just here with Tex, the man, he's in charge. Thanks, mate. We've had a good time on the island.
Pleasure. Yeah, enjoyed your company.
We have, yeah.
Anytime.
The meals are good, the fishing's good, so we're stoked that we could actually eat up here. We didn't catch as much fish as we'd hoped, but the wind's picked up, obviously, so we'll see you next time.
All right. Well, have a safe trip.
Yeah, thanks, mate. This is those patrol guys we just talked about. We're going to go say good day, see what they're up to. If they're friendly enough to chat to. How are you guys? Good. What's up to?
Water police from town, we're just doing some patrols out on the Gulfie.
Yeah, okay.
How often do you do this? As often as we can. Yeah. It's a big area we cover, so.
What have we got here? Semi-rigid sort of thing?
Yeah, 7.6 room it is, yeah.
Get the handles the chopper right?
Yeah, not too bad.
Not too bad. What sort of stuff you just chase out here? Just look for everything, or you monitor the area? Or...
Marine safety is our big thing.
This includes checking things like safety gear and breath testing. It's important these are inspected to make sure that even in remote areas like this, people are still doing the right thing.
Do you stay on a certain channel out here, like for people to get in touch with you?
Always on VHF 16.
Always on VHF 16.
And it's the local channels with the VMRs and the Coast Guards.
Yep. Sweet. Thanks, guys. I think we're gonna follow these guys back because they got a bigger boat than us, and we're gonna try and keep up, but we'll see how we go. Thanks, guys.
No worries at all.
What a magical few days it's been, but now it's time for us to head off. As we make our way back to Burketown, we are reminded of how unpredictable and dangerous the Gulf waters can be, as conditions can change rapidly. Glass calm at 5 o'clock can turn to 25 knot gale conditions by 10 o'clock. If you're planning on travelling to Sweers, it's important to have an experienced skipper in open waters and make sure that all regulation radios, safety gear and navigation equipment are carried.
Made it back in from Sweers Island. Bit of a rough old ride back in. Took us, it was about 4 hours to get in. Yeah, 2 metre swell. But made it back to land, so tinnies are on to wash out the salt. The boat's just about to go on the trailer.
Back in Burketown. That was a bit of a punish heading back, I must say. Actually quite stoked. Every time we've taken that boat out, it's been in conditions like the Gulf of Carpentaria. But we'll keep you posted. We're going to just go and clean the boat, clean all the gear, put some crab pots out, hopefully get some crab tonight or tomorrow morning.
So we made it back to the campground.
this evening in good time. We've cleaned the boat. Chris has just been holding something out on us this whole trip.
Yeah. Mum didn't let us take it to Sweers because you have to actually purchase your alcohol on Sweers. So we've got some Jack Daniels single barrel, and this was bottled on the 23rd of the 10th, 2014. And that, if you can see that, that's the barrel number.
Very nice. We're going to crack it.
After a safe trip to and from Sweers.
Been a big one, isn't it?
There she is.
Things you do, eh?
She smells good. That smells like a good Jack.
I'll let you know how this goes in the next 2 hours.
Next time on Pro Touring, we give Swamp Donkey some TLC to get him back to working condition.
New tyres, yeah, was pretty lucky to get new tyres, but no steel long enough and no U-bolts. But we're going fishing. Yeah. Never a good situation. Let's go fishing.
We head out to check our crab pots and throw a line in.
The secret little snaky hole that the boys dropped the pots in this morning.
Spot number 5, ladies and gentlemen. We have one.
Female?
Check it might be transgender.
Rainbow colours?
Oh, let's specify these days, are you?
I voted yes anyway.
Oh mate, still trying to figure out how to work a tiller
Oh. Fucking nightmare, everything.
We relish in our joy of capturing some seafood for our chili crab dish and even head out to do some croc surveying.
We're going croc hunting actually.
We're just down at the Albert River big jetty, and we're meeting the rangers to pretty much do a big count up of the crocs that are in the river.
And what a spectacular and humbling experience it was to be so up close and personal with such an apex predator.
Solid bone underneath it. So do those ones, and that's why they're out sunning themselves all the time.
Yep.
They act like a solar panel on him.
We're just gonna head back the other way now. See if we can sneak up on the big fella around the corner.
Gave me spotlight duties.
Here's the weapon, the old harpoon. Just a bamboo stake with duct tape wrapped around it to stop it from splintering, I suppose.
So stay tuned because episode 3 is coming soon.